Has me a little worried for Favbet's A site defense is the fact that every single time we've seen them post up on A, there's always been somebody on that Cold Zera box. I guarantee you, there's not going to be another round where Fireflux end A and they don't check that first.
This is where the money comes into play for this T side. There's just so much Favbet have to do to win this map with so much money on this T side. They'll win maybe 2 more gun rounds in a row. Force a lesser investment.
Oh my god!
Is just evil. That's not fair.
Dude. Pre-fires the shoulder, chunks him with the HE, spams him through the smoke. That was, like, you couldn't get better than that. And alongside that, Smash has no utility for the site. They can't stop them from getting in. This is a save.
This feels like overtime.
It's scary to get any sort of data.
I don't know what you're supposed to do there as Favbet. I mean, Soulfly's just denied you whatever round you wanted to run there on B.
Banjo's
just
about to
crumbles.
take away guns. He's about to walk away with at least 2 kills. Nobody's expecting this to come through so soon, and you know somebody's in mini pit. Look how aggressive they are to take away these weapons. It just goes to show how flushed they are with cash and how confident they are behind that. Nade right in mini pit. The jig is up. It seems the police have arrived on the scene to shut down any sort of saved weapon you could possibly look to gather.
This is so tough for Favbet. Lose this round and it's pretty much curtains. Do have just enough to get a good buyout. But it's not like it's been all too good for them as of late. Remember, guys, it was 8-4 at the half, then Favbet 1 pistol, just a sole round since then. In all Fireflux otherwise. And this man, Soulfly, might not be top of the scoreboard, but he has had a lot of opening kills here towards this B side of the map. I'm not surprised that Favbet have flexed the orb to this side. They just need something to deal with Soulfly and the way he's facing these positions.
I mean, you got to figure out how to not let them get these opening kills. Because some of the times, yeah, it's been Favbet overextending, but some of the times it's just like what we saw in the last round where you just get tracked down, leveled out. Now they've got the AWP to try and counteract this issue at B. As much as you'd like to see it get a little more involved, so long as it can do its job, I don't really think you're going to care if it does or doesn't. Double molly. You're not going through that one. Or at least if you do, you're going to take a hell of a lot of damage. Banjo waiting for the opportune moment. Smash is here. They've got a rotation. What is going on? They're pathing into B, and you've got this lurker coming through from A. And there goes your site defense. Tension. It's do or die, brother. It's not like you're getting out of this round alive, and they've completely forgot he's here. Now, all of a sudden, even though he's cornered, if you get this 1 kill in CT, or hell, if you get even 1 more, this round is winnable, and that's why Jackie's so quick to get back into this, because he knows any assistance he can provide from Banana makes this round tenfold more interesting, and Tension doesn't want to be the first to take contact.
He's looking for Banjo, but Banjo's smartly crossed to the other side of Ruins. It's going to be 11 for Fireflux. And it doesn't seem like Tension's getting away with this gun. Banjo is just so ready. 2 players coming from the other side of Ruins. Best you can hope for now is a highlight play. And not to be found. Fireflux. They've done the really hard work now. They've finally forced a half buy at best for their opponents.
And now where do you find yourselves? I mean, you said overtime. I don't know. I don't even think we see that. I think we're just going to see a third map because Favbet look soulless right now.
They're uncanny on rounds like this, though. Some ways, this is where Fadbet's at their most dangerous. Somewhat fitting if there's this sort of round to hold them in the map. And it's been a while since I've seen a Mag 7, I think, around Banana.
Reminds me of a certain legend of the scene. Ooh, but they're going to try to pop through this. Might not be the idea here. Might not be the right play. Oh, but the barrel's seen! Soulfly, wise enough to know that possibility. That one's just not going to work. MP9, all they can try to offer back up, and Marix does everything you could have possibly asked of him. And it's still not enough, but this could soon be. With the timing on Banjo, it's a man advantage. In what world did you think you'd see that? Well, maybe not this one for long, because you still got all of these guns to deal with, and spacing not properly made. AK up Banana, though, puts it up to, again, a one-man favoritism. 64 HP on Paz, and the tools to get the job done. Alongside that, they don't have a kit, so you got to start sticking this now and hoping for the best. Smoke on top of it. Play it the best you possibly can. Get somebody on top of that. Diffuse as the flash goes high. They're ready for it. Gotta full stick it. You gotta protect your teammate here. Tension. Spam goes in. And the last bullet connects. So they avoid catastrophic failure to give themselves map point.
Free HP. Free HP away. That was a very good try from Favbet. But now, yeah. Going to be two buy rounds, whatever happens for Fireflux. So 2 in a row required against full investments. Second pause taken by the Ukrainians. It's certainly not a massive deficit to overcome, but their gun rounds have not been compelling. In fact, they haven't won a full gun round on the CT side. They won pistol and they won a half buy.
Ooh.
The gun rounds have not been kind. And they need to do something to change that. Or we're going to the third.
I think we're already pretty much poised for it, man. It's so hard too, right? Because a lot of these rounds, it's kind of turtled up from Favbet, but you understand why. Because in every one of their examples where they would try to go and take the fight to Fireflux, it just kind of ended up blowing up in their face. I mean, look, the fear, you can see it. They're scared to even peek the broken wall at the beginning of the round. Look at them around the map. They don't want to peek apartments. They don't want to jiggle anything. They don't want to be there in car. And that's fear conditioned by Fireflux.
This is going to end fast. Almost here, we're going. Finally, Molly from tension. Soulfly dropped. This is now really awkward for the T side. They might be forced into cancelling. The player rerouting towards Arch. That's Scrunk, but Smash could catch. Indeed he does, and this round is starting to crumble. It's one of those horrible positions where I don't really know what you do now as the T's.
Well, you got to start with a sprinkle of magic, and that's what Paz looks to deliver by walking into brackets, but snaps in some own sense into himself and falls back into alt, regroups with his team. But as you said, this is kind of where things become nigh impossible. Then you've got tension on the op, yet to even catch a stray. So it's not like he's going down anytime soon. Alongside that, this crossfire is potent. With Jackie and Pitt, it'll be hard to break it apart, but they've got the ready to get. They get a boost. Shut your mouth! Jackie couldn't have ever been ready for that, and now the pressure's on tension. He's only got one assister all the way in bracket. No way this is how the map ends. They're going to be ready for this. Bondik's trying to go all the way around the world through the apartments with 10 seconds to go. They'll just barely get the plant in, but look at these posts. They're so strong. Everybody's split up for Favbet, and they don't have utility. There goes Bondik, and a 5-on-3 is imploded.
What's happened? It feels all over. Smash has to save him. Marix in tow. Side to be cleared. Sensei's gone. It's all on Banjo. Stuck back sight. Now they know. Smash to finish the job, and indeed he does. No kit, but it doesn't matter. There's enough time. Quad kill for him. There's no such thing as an easy round for Favbet. That boost was amazing. That was incredible.
It's just, dude, it's these creative moves, these little things that Fireflux do in some of these rounds that have me really impressed. And that's one of them. I mean, again, there's no world Jackie's going to be ready for that. There isn't one. But
they're one away from overtime.
I mean, it's a worse buy now for Favbet.
4B start. That is bold. Are they going to stick with it? I thought they were going to rotate to immediately back to A, but no. 4 are staying here for Favbet.
Oh, no.
They've got to find frags on Banana. And worse than that, if they show too much presence here, it's a red carpet towards A for Fireflux.
They didn't really set that up well, and Bondic has a molly, so it's surprising they didn't try to firebomb out one of those angles, but they at least have info. The whereabouts of 2, well known, still the same applies, but they both swing. Again, there's so much util, and they never bother to throw it, Bondic. The savior, though, a man who bears no cape, but bears 2 kills, has saved Favbet's campaign and is now trying to quickly come through Banana and help Jackie's cause. Remember what I said earlier? Every single time somebody has played this Colterra box, it's the first clear every single time. And now Bondic's got to do it all.
He's good, but this is surely too much to ask. Gotta isolate these fights. Scrunk up first, looks towards Pit. Ollie goes in. Does he clear wide? Banjo's on location. Smoke just about to land. Bondic does it. Quad kill collected. OT beckons. I can't believe it.
I don't know how we've ended up.
How are we in overtime?
I mean, dude, you gotta give it up to Bondic. The resolve, the refusal to let this die, but at every stage of the way, during this push from Marix, right, you understand it, they've got a smoke, there's a smoke up, it makes sense, you're trying to catch them by surprise, but here, there's 3 people swinging, and Bondic has a molly. They could have threw a molly in Firebox, they could have threw a molly at Broom, anything really to make their lives easier, but not once did they do a deep banana smoke, and then a molly to cover one, if not both of the angles, which you can do, and it would have made that a guaranteed kill. It would have made that guaranteed numbers up. You wouldn't have even had to worry about Jackie getting overrun or potentially Bondic having to clutch. I mean, he did. It's great to know that you've got somebody capable of doing it now. I said you got to rely on the individuals in times like that, and you did. But still a couple of issues could inhibit Favbet from progressing this further if they don't clean it up.
Okay. Well, the reset button is hit, and I think it's probably advantage Favbet. They were playing so many of those late regulation rounds with really low money, but obviously that's much less of a factor now in overtime. Quick pause as the players group themselves and get ready to go again. Sensei's been a hero. An absolute hero so far in Inferno, and they need a little bit more to get them to Ancients.
And they thought it was a done deal. I mean, after you get up 12-10, should have been over. I mean, even that 2v1, honestly, it was played a little poorly. But at the same time, you still can't really hold it against them. Bondic just absolutely farmed. And now all of a sudden, I really don't know what to say about Favbet. Because again, that's going to be another one of those rounds where they look at themselves and say like, oh, we tried to get aggressive. We tried to take the fight to them and it blew up in their face. But it was kind of disorganized. And if they use that as, you know, their excuse as to why they don't want to push down or maybe they want to play a different style of defense, then it could go back to bite them. Fireflux, when these rounds are slow, when they're more reserved, when they get to control the pace, they have not let Favbet happy with it. And I don't imagine that to change as much as we've seen some chicanery in the past few rounds. Fireflux, they tried to pop into that A site the one round. Didn't really work. Played passively down Banana. Pretty much worked. And the recent track record shows that maybe just running into sites isn't the play. But nonetheless, unconfirmed though. The fact that Molly came in from CT spawn might make them think it was a reaction to those nades being thrown, not that he was forced back. So, if they thought they had leverage in B, well, let's go! Oh my god, out the window, I was gonna say! And for a moment, Tension had an opportunity to take a kill with him. But now it's just a nade on the retreat. They've already gotten in CT2. There's no way you expect Paz here, do you? Nade goes deep. He's tucked in the corner on 31 HP. This just isn't going to get cleared. The reload pulled out. So is the sidearm. They start spamming through CT. And another one of these rounds where Fobbet had a lead goes absolutely nowhere.
That was way too static on A. From Fabbet, and they've been punished. Tension can't win this round. Not possible. After they saw the double nade onto the banana corner, why are the A players? They're just not moving. Bondic was in the long cubby, got no help. They, for some reason, flashed into apartments and nobody was in there to peek it. Flash for Bondic to swing long and clear brackets. Too static, too passive. They cost them the round.
And we saw what happened when Fireflux tried something like that. Didn't really end up all that well. This one's definitely going to be a more deserved take from Fob. But they're doing the same thing again. I do not know how much I like this. Well, they're not going to hesitate either. That Molly tag tells them all they need to know, but Fireflux are ready to go in. Or maybe not. Soulfly a couple of times now has been viewed as the leading horse to get into these bomb sites and crack open a few heads while he's at it. But Fobbet are going to try to limit that with a smoke and banana.
Oh my lord. What happened there? Is that a team flash or something? Because Fireflux, we're not ready to meet players.
This hurts too. They've got resmokes for banana. Pretty much everything you could ask for right now, and Smash is cool just waiting out this CT smoke. In fact, Fireflux don't have another smoke for CT. As soon as that's gone, and they just refreshed it again, mind you, round's probably just done. They've got to go through this smoke before that CT1 fades, so there is no chance you're pulling this off.
The gold from Smash. That should seal the deal. Just play together. The util as well. Really saved it. Maybe they've adjusted throughout the course of regulation coming into overtime. It's Fireflux. They're just making way too many nades there at the end.
You know, I'm starting to think back to a lot of the times where Fireflux have hit A, and I'm just impressed with how well their A takes have gone. And that's probably why you see so much emphasis put on stacking A in a lot of these rounds, because when it's come down to crunch time, Fireflux have been so diligent and good at clearing out both pits and getting out of the apartments that you gotta put pressure on it or emphasis on a stack or something like that. And again, they're doing it. This entire overtime has been abusing the knowledge that in order to defend A, Fobbet need to put extra players there.
Max has got to do something. 5-on-5 retake would be very tough to win, especially when there's Pete nades that can go into CT and ruins. Well, we're getting the unicorn of rounds. 10 still alive. And utility from Favbet has to be perfect.
They've got a lot of it, though. They have mollies to clear out New Box. They have smokes to lock off Banana. They have nades to clear out Emo. There's so many different ways you can play this round and flashes alike that there would be no reason to let something go on Molly or on Flash or on Smoke just like that perfect start, and they continue with that beautiful pace just as it stands. A 3-on-2, rather a 4-on-2, but health is running out, and so is time. They've got to clear out Emo. They've got to deal with this player Manana, and that smoke's going to come back to hurt them. Getting the first player off of that defuse would be integral, but they just barely can't. And Favbet do what most people would think is unthinkable. They get a lead alongside it, and they carry a slight advantage into that offense.
I think anybody that's watched all of this series should expect the unexpected. Especially where Favbet is concerned. So a slim lead. A slim lead, but of course, regulation was 8-4 T-sides. They were at home here. 2's all that's required. It's old school, first to 16. An advantage Favbet for now. Bondix warmed up. Smash looks good. It's a real team effort. The defense, Sensei. Wasn't it? It was 15-5 at some point, wasn't it, on the CT side? Something like that. I think he was.
I mean, he was killing it, but I don't know if it was 15 and...
I think it was. I think there were something like... He had like 2 rounds and he had 15 kills. It's like ridiculous.
I mean, the pool of kills is shallow after that in comparison. But what's even crazier to think is that they're out-fragging them significantly, just doing a quick cross comparison, but they're losing. So, goes to show you, kills ain't everything, kids.
Normally indicates as well that Favbet would have saved a lot of their CT rounds. And they did. As goes looking, quick spot, but not much else. Wants to give up that control. 50 seconds to go in this B bomb, so you said it's starting to win a little bit. That's the final smoke. So,